Okay. Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K Collector coming at you on a cool Sunday evening. I wanted to do something that I hadn't done in some time, which is respond to some of the comments that I've gotten. And I always feel like I'm not fair when I do these videos because I can't get to all of the comments, and I usually start with the most recent comments. But I am going to try to get back into the swing of doing these a little bit more regularly. So I'm not going to do too much jabbering and blabbering. I'm just going to go ahead and start with the literal most recent comments that I've gotten today. And maybe I'll try to skim through and see if I can go a little bit further back. But let's go ahead and start with this one. This one comes from 1D5. He says, shout out to Alien Hominid. I have it for PS2, but I copped it digitally for the 360 on sale. Lately, I've decided to get rid of, Lately, I've decided to get rid of some 6th gen games. I'm at that point of not wanting multiple physical copies of the same game across all consoles. I got rid of my Devil May Cry 5th anniversary collection for PS2 recently because I rather play them on the PS3 or 4 instead. I'm about to ditch my Resident Evil 1 GameCube copy as well since I got it on RE. Origins collection for PS4 courtesy of GameStop's 4 for $40. So shout out to you 1D5. And you know what, I kind of feel where you're coming from with that. There's a number of games that I have on multiple platforms, and it's funny because a lot of them happen to be in that Gen 7 range, and I think that's primarily because, you know, especially when it comes to Sony, their lack of innovation has forced them to re-release the same game or the same games ever since the PS2. It's like the PS2 was the great point of originality, and then they just kept re-releasing PS2 games on PS3, and then eventually some of the same games made it to PS4. And you see it with games like Odin Sphere. You see it with games like the Resident Evil games, the Silent Hill games. You've seen those go from even PS1 to PS2 to PS3. So that's happened a lot, and because of that, there are multiple games that you could have on multiple platforms. But I'm with you on consolidating. Just keeping the best version is, of course, the best way to go. Me, I'm a little bit of a hoarder at this point, so it depends on the game. If it's a game that I really like, I will keep it on multiple consoles. An example for me is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan. I have it on the PS3 and the PS4. I actually at one point had it on the Xbox One as well. That was sealed and I sold that like a dummy. But I have a few games like that. Wolverine, which I have on the Xbox 360. X-Men Origins, Wolverine Uncaged. I have that on the Xbox 360 and recently found it on the PS3 as well, so I may keep both. So just a few games, but I definitely feel you on that. Shout out to you 1D5 for the comment. All right, moving right along, we have a commenter. He says, I live in Mexico, but I cross the border twice a month to San Diego, California. I love San Diego. Probably my top 3 cities of anywhere in the world. I love San Diego. The GameStop in the area only have current gen games, PS4 and Xbox One games, no retro, no PS2, no 64, Xbox, Dreamcast, etc. And that was from Nortec 7910. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I love San Diego. It sucks that their GameStop doesn't have good games. You may have to travel further north. There's a guy, I forget his name, but he's always making videos with Easy Gamers, and he's moving all through Southern California, and I used to live in Southern California. He's, you know, from Riverside to Corona to Orange County. You know, he's cruising all through there, hitting up the GameStops, and it's been a while since I've been out there, but he's got to be burning a lot of gas because those aren't short drives. Driving in California is not like driving in New York. A 30-minute drive in California, you're putting some mileage on your car. 30-minute drive in New York is, I mean, it's a big difference. It might take you 30 minutes to go maybe 5 miles in New York. So if you know, you know. I've lived on both coasts, so I'm just saying that to say that if San Diego isn't doing it for you and you can go a little bit further north, it may be worth trying to hit up some GameStops, and maybe like in Temecula, if you go a little further, Lake Elsinore, you know, try to make your way up, man. Sorry to hear that though. Next one, we'll keep going in here. So let's see. This one comes from LLJ6866, and he left a comment. So this is what he says. He says, I like watching your videos because I like your views and your perspective on different topics. The one thing I could say I dislike about your videos is how it's always pointed at the carpet. It comes off impersonal. As someone who watches YouTube more than cable, I like to feel like I'm engaging with the person face to face. It's the reason I like YouTube. It's real homemade entertainment. Showing the floor all the time is kind of like if you were going to watch an adult flick but everyone was wearing a mask. It just doesn't come off appealing or surreal as it could be. I once came back from a concert really buzzed from drinking on a good night. I had noticed you uploaded a video. I watched your video and couldn't watch it very long because the camera pointing at the floor with you moving around with your hand just made me really nauseous. It was just really weird experience. I had to look away and just listen to you talk because just the camera moving with one hand made me dizzy. And you know what? Shout out to you, LLJ6866. Thank you for the honest feedback. You definitely gave me some honest feedback and it was respectful, so I appreciate it. You know, I gotta say, to a degree, I agree with you, man. Aiming the camera at the floor is not my preferred way of making a video. And honestly, those types of videos are meant to be heard and not seen. You know, I don't say it every time when I make those types of videos, but they're really meant to be more like listening vlogs. I got to figure out something better to do when I'm making those types of videos. Maybe I can just throw up some B-roll on that, maybe some gameplay footage on those videos so that they're a little bit more digestible. But I've been a faceless YouTube channel ever since I started, and so making a connection with my audience is already a challenge, right? Just because I don't show my face. And so I rely a lot on, you know, other things, obviously my voice, my cadence, to try to build that connection with the viewers of my channel. And I'm definitely going to take that into consideration and try to do better with that. A lot of times when I'm shooting those videos, they're just really on the fly, off the cuff videos that I just put out because I want to get some thoughts out. But in the second half of the year, I'm definitely going to try to do better with that. But appreciate the feedback. Thank you for letting me know. It's duly noted. All right, we're going to keep it going here. So this one comes from Black2785. He says, do you think it helps to start a channel using an account you have for almost 20 years? Look, I think roll with what you got. You know, if you have an account that you've had for 20 years, use it. You know, you at least you don't have to worry about going through the hassle of, you know, setting up a YouTube channel. At least you already have one. And now pretty much all you have to do from this point is just upload content, you know. If I had to start from scratch, one of the things that I would recommend is definitely downloading vidIQ. It's an app that I use. It's free. There's a lot of really helpful free features on vidIQ. And I want to say maybe a year or two ago, when I was at like roughly around like 1,200 subscribers or something, I started using vidIQ, and it really did help me. Like, it really helped me jump from like 1,200 subscribers to almost like pretty much 4,500 subscribers in like a year or so. And that's slow growth compared to other channels, but you know, I've been able to grow. And I think that, you know, it kind of helped me focus on, you know, my audience a bit more. And it helped me focus on like finding good ideas and, you know, changing up my titles and things like that. And I think even going into the second half of this year, I'm going to be investing more into my YouTube channel. I really have not put a lot into it just because it's always been like a fun thing for me. It's always been a hobby for me. But I'm realizing that there is a community that enjoys like my content. And so if I'm going to give you guys a good product, and if you're going to take the time to pause and listen to me, it's only right that I do my best to deliver you the best product that I can. And so to do that, I'm going to have to invest in the channel, invest in just like my format, my delivery, different things like that. So yeah, I mean, look, if you have something already in place, definitely use it, because you know, half the battle's done. Sounds like all you got to do is just make some content and upload it. All right, we'll go through maybe like two more here. So this one comes from J Blast Network. He says, everyone wants quick success, but never want to get into the trenches to achieve that success. You've got to have passion for YouTube, because the success in it is a long game. I've been making videos for 4 years now, and I'm just now about to hit 500 subs. I also get comments that love my videos, but the growth of the channel has been a slow one. If I didn't have the passion for it, though, the quality of the content would suffer, and I would have stopped and achieved nothing. I saw your channel grow from 600 subs to almost 5,000, but that took time, patience, persistence, and growth. Some are not prepared for that, and they end up failing. This is all very true. I'm just gonna say, like, I just kind of finished saying this a second ago, but growing a YouTube channel is not easy. It definitely takes time, consistency. You have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to adapt, try new things, do new things, take a different approach. You have to be coachable, and take feedback. You gotta have thick skin too. Like, you can't let people on YouTube, you know, tell you who you are. You obviously want to listen to your audience, but you kind of have to know who you are, know what your personality is, and then go from there. I've had people say all kinds of things to me on YouTube. I've had people disrespect dead family members, you know, some of my dead family members on YouTube. There's always going to be that group of people who are just absolutely miserable. And usually when you see them, they're people who have been on YouTube for a really long time, have no subscribers, and instead of building their own platform to voice their opinions, they want to go on other people's platforms to voice their opinions. And, you know, all that's really going to do is get you blocked, really. So, yeah, I mean, it's just consistency, thick skin, and you really just kind of have to go for it. And I think anyone can be successful with enough consistency. All right, we'll go through one more here. Let's see if I can find... I want to find a controversial one. Let me see. Let's see. I'm going through here trying to see if I could find a good one. I'm going a little bit further back, maybe a couple days ago. I cannot find... I was looking for one where someone was like really coming at me, because I do tend to keep some of those. Just because, like I said, I'm always open to constructive criticism as long as it's respectful, and people aren't going crazy. I'm not finding anything, folks. It's looking rough. I'm scrolling and scrolling, but I cannot find anything too crazy. So I'll just end on this note. This one comes from Tony BDZ1133, and he says, calling too human quality is wild. And this is in reference to a short that I made where I said I picked up a couple quality games, one of them being Too Human on the Xbox 360. And it's funny, like, to me, Too Human is a quality game, even though it's practically free. And if you want the physical copy, it's like $5. To me, it's a great game because it embodies what I like. Open world, action, beat 'em up, kind of hack and slash style, a little bit of third person shooter in there, really great graphics, a really cool concept. Maybe it wasn't fleshed out thoroughly. Maybe there are things about the game that could have been done better. Maybe the controls could have been a little bit better. But overall, it's a game that I like, and to me, it's a quality title. Now, some people might call that filler. Some people might call a game like Too Human shovelware, but to me, it's quality. And that just speaks to the whole subjective nature of games, how we view them, where we rank them, how we classify them. It's all perspective based, and that's a beautiful part about gaming. And with that being said, that's going to do it for me on this late night Sunday video coming at you here. Thanks for everyone who leaves their comments. Thank you for everyone who stops by, anyone who subscribed. I never ask anyone to subscribe because if you're going to be here, I want you to be here because you want to be here. And I appreciate all those who have chosen to be here. That does it for me. I'm the Y2K Collector. Hopefully you have a great week. Take it easy.